Well, we spend a massive amount of time um, trying to engineer our lives to just avoid stress entirely. Like we buy the planners, we download all the meditation apps, all looking for that clean binary fix.
Right, like you're either stressed or not stressed.
Exactly. Fixed.
Mm.
But the stack of sources you sent us today for this deep dive into ancient Islamic traditions, it completely shatters that illusion.
Oh, they definitely don't sugarcoat it. These foundational texts, the Quran and the Sunnah, which are the historical teachings and practices of Prophet Muhammad, they basically flat out ask, did you really think you'd be left alone without being put to the test?
Right, because hardship is just baked into the human experience.
Exactly. But instead of just, telling you to grit your teeth and bear it, the research actually offers this really fascinating linguistic and spiritual toolkit.
Yeah, and it's a framework designed to actively manage anxiety and, well, build mental resilience during those difficult life trials.
Right. And the first step in that toolkit is a massive cognitive reframe. Because these traditions, they don't view hardship as some random punishment.
Okay, so how do they frame it?
Well, a trial is seen as a mechanism to elevate your spiritual status, maybe expiate faults, or build swab, which is this profound, enduring patience.
I mean, reading through the supplications or duas that target this endurance, I kept picturing a hiker finally dropping a really heavy, exhausting backpack.
Oh, I love that analogy.
Yeah, like in the dua where you place your trust in the Lord of the Great Throne, you're essentially acknowledging, hey, I've put in the physical effort, I've done my part,
Right, you did the work.
but you're surrendering the ultimate outcome to something much larger than yourself.
And that physical release of the backpack is exactly what is happening psychologically there. There's a specific prayer for patience asking, my Lord, help me my patience and strengthen me in my affliction.
Wow, that's powerful.
It is. By verbally recognizing that you aren't in control of everything, you foster this profound humility, and that realization itself, it relieves the internal pressure.
But taking that concept of, relinquishing control and actually applying it to a busy modern life like during a chaotic Tuesday morning commute, that seems challenging for someone new to the practice.
Yeah, it definitely can be.
So how do these sources suggest we create a step-by-step guide or incorporate this into a daily schedule?
Well, they offer very simple entry points, and they're specifically anchored to a calm morning routine. So the Prophet advised his daughter Fatima to recite a short prayer every single morning and evening.
Okay, what was the prayer?
It roughly translates to, do not leave me to myself even for a blink of an eye.
Whoa. Begging not to be left to your own devices for a literal blink of an eye. That is intense vulnerability.
It really is.
It's almost like admitting your own judgment is fundamentally flawed by, I don't know, panic or desire.
And that admission is the exact psychological mechanism at work here. By verbally handing over your daily affairs to a higher wisdom before your day even starts, you are preemptively lowering your cortisol.
That makes so much sense.
Right.
Yeah.
You are neurologically giving yourself permission not to have all the answers today. And they pair this with the concept of a fia.
Which means what exactly?
It's a comprehensive morning and evening request for absolute well-being across the board. So physical, emotional, spiritual, and social.
Right, but AFIA sounds like daily maintenance. What happens when your life is entirely upended by a massive change?
That's a great question.
Like when you hit a wall and that baseline routine just isn't cutting it. There's a specific dua for facing major life transitions, right?
Yes, asking to make a way out for me from every hardship. The strategy really shifts based on whether you're trying to neutralize immediate panic or actively summon bravery.
Wait, so breaking that down, you have a specific dua for seeking refuge from anxiety and doubt. And then an entirely different one, asking for the strength and patience to tackle the hardship head on. So it's the difference between like putting on a noise-canceling headset to block out a panic attack versus taking a stimulant to confront the problem directly.
I mean, that is spot on. You need entirely different tools for neutralizing fear versus building courage. And to understand the historical context of how these tools function in acute distress, the sources point to Prophet Yunus, or Jonah.
Right, trapped in the belly of the whale. Which, by the way, is the ultimate claustrophobic nightmare.
Terrifying, yeah.
If I'm swallowed by a whale, my first instinct is absolute panic. Like, I am begging for an immediate physical escape hatch. But the text shows he took a completely different approach.
He really did. His prayer from the darkness is just linguistically brilliant. It combines tawhid, which is acknowledging the oneness of God, with tasbih, which is glorification.
Okay.
But most critically, it centers on a sincere admission of wrongdoing. He literally says, Indeed, I have been among the wrongdoers.
Okay, wait, I have to push back on this. Actively admitting your own faults and wrongdoings as a mechanism to escape acute anxiety
That's how it sounds.
just feels entirely counterintuitive. I mean, if I'm trapped at the bottom of the ocean, I want a ladder, not a mirror.
It seems totally backwards until you look at the ego, that profound humility, like stripping away your pride and acknowledging your flaws. That is the key to unlocking the supplication.
So you have to be honest with yourself first.
Exactly. You can't be rescued if you're pretending you didn't wander off the path to begin with. The raw admission releases the internal tension.
It creates the space for true spiritual rescue.
Precisely.
So for you listening right now, taking these ancient protective supplications and, weaving them into a weekly plan for your commute or your morning routine, it isn't just about memorizing repetitive chants.
No, not at all.
You're adopting deep cognitive reframing tools. They balance fear with courage and raw anxiety with radical acceptance.
They physically and mentally remind us that, hey, we aren't required to carry the weight of the world on our own shoulders.
Yeah, you can finally drop the backpack. Which leaves us with a final thought to mull over today. If the ancient concept of Afia demands that we seek well-being socially, emotionally, and spiritually all at once,
Well, at the same time.
how might that change the way you define a truly healthy life in your own modern daily routine?
Subhanallah, walhamdulillah.